Are you married to an addict or alcoholic? Or are you in a committed relationship with one? Me too. Join me, Anonymously Bex, on my journey of self-discovery. I will guide you through a myriad of topics designed to illuminate a path towards your own awakening. Addiction is a family disease. Everyone in its orbit is profoundly affected. Subscribe to our podcast to help me, Anonymously Bex, continue to provide tailored content to the unwitting lives of addicts and alcoholics. And now for this week's article. Today I'd like to talk about the space for a higher power. Now stick with me today. I'm going to take you on a bit of a journey, reflecting on how this journey started for me a year ago and how far I've come and how much I've grown through this experience of being bound to someone suffering from addiction. When I began this journey, I had a deep need to understand how addiction works. Perhaps that is the plight of being codependent, the experience of sharing in the enormous weight of the disease without any real control over the outcome. I found myself desperately searching the corners of my brain and the internet for answers to simple questions. How did my husband become addicted? What environmental factors contributed to his desire to escape? What did the abuse he experienced in his childhood home look like? Was it verbal? Was it emotional? Was it physical? How did the echoes of that abuse still haunt him? He's saying things like, I'm not a supportive partner. How could I be any more supportive? It's almost as if my subconscious was looking for someone to blame. Who gets to hold the blame for this soul being lost to addiction? Clearly not the obvious person, right? It can't just be my husband's fault. Now recall, living with someone in active addiction exposes your mind, your soul, and body to a litany of lies. The biggest lie being something along these lines, that the addict can handle their addiction. And that if you only knew the pain they felt, you would understand why they need to drink or take a pill. So take a moment to really breathe that in, that any addict or alcoholic anywhere believes they can handle or throttle intoxication. And that the antithesis of that statement is the foundation for recovery. Always come back to that simple truth, the antithesis of the lie. Now we've discussed how that thought pattern exposes young, developing minds to harm. For me, going through the darkest of these days, it's an escape to apply my focus solely on the children. I need to remember to take a step back and recognize the harm that my mind was exposed to by years of living with someone in secret spirits, in secretive, active addiction. The emotional abuse, the verbal abuse, the trauma bond, the friction, the constant betrayal. These are all part and parcel of living in community with someone in active addiction. To have my empathy actively and viciously preyed upon by manipulation after manipulation, to live in a house where my version of reality was maliciously deteriorated by continuous gaslighting. It will take me years to untangle this dynamic in my mind. It will take me years to repair the damage to my psyche, my confidence, my heart. And for what? And for what? Because my estranged, soon-to-be ex-husband simply refuses to acknowledge the power his disease has over him. The impact of his choices, his behaviors, and lies on the people who choose to love him. The mystery. Now, after a year of growth, a year of being forged by the fire, I've learned a few inherent truths. The first one is, addiction is still a developing field of study. In the psychiatric community, the topic of addiction holds much mystery, much to be discovered. Perhaps that's largely due to the co-occurring disorders that overlap in the mind of someone who has become addictive. I don't know. That's above my pay grade. See my disclaimers. We know some things for certain, that there are substances and behaviors that people can become entrapped in an addictive cycle once exposed to. But the question of biology remains a mystery. Is there a gene that makes some people addictive? Is it environmental? If it is environmental, then how do people who were raised in truly horrific settings, war-torn countries, enslaved children, abused children, how do those people escape the clutches of a crippling addiction? How is it that anyone who grows up under the golden parachute of privilege becomes addicted? There is no amount of logic that can be applied to untangle the lunacy of addiction. That's the second truth. There is no amount of logic that can be applied to untangle the lunacy of addiction. I have to actively stop myself from searching the deep, dark corners of the internet and the stories my husband told me of his childhood for the moment when the seed of addiction was planted. The truth is, the quest for that information wouldn't change where I am right now. It wouldn't make it possible to continue to hold on to my husband. It wouldn't protect me from the pain of divorce, the fear of the unknown, the weight of being a single parent. No amount of logic can be applied to any mental illness that will make it make sense. And this is where we have to take a deep breath and envision putting this topic, addiction, and all the chaos that it entails, to put it in a box, label that box mental illness, and set it aside. Someone suffering from addiction or alcoholism has a mental illness, and that inherently doesn't make them a bad person, but it does make them unsafe until they choose to live in recovery. And here we come to the topic of this article, a higher power. For me, a key component of my healing journey relies on my faith, my belief in a higher power. I cannot understand the why or the how, but I do have the ability to make a meaningful change that will impact my children and me in a positive way. And I have to believe that God has led me to this conclusion through all of the challenges, through all of the pain. So while I meet myself on the yoga mat, my primary coping mechanism, as often as possible, to sit in the silence, to untangle the thoughts in my mind, I sit and I listen for God's message through the chaos, through the damage. I know that God has a plan, even when it feels like the walls are crumbling around me and I don't have the strength to do all the things. I will sit in the silence and listen. Until next time, anonymously, Bex. Do you like this content? Do you find it helpful for navigating your own journey? If you do, please take time to subscribe to the Secret Spirits podcast. By subscribing to this channel, you can help me, anonymously Bex, continue to provide tailored content to the unwitting wife of an addict or alcoholic. If you have comments, suggestions, or are open to sharing your own experience being bound to an addict or alcoholic, email me today, admin@secretspirits.com. Do you need one-on-one support in this time of need? Book a consultation with me, anonymously Bex, or join our membership program where you can begin to build your own support system. Visit our website, secretspirits.com. Subscribe to our channels, Secret Spirits, to get more from Secret Spirits today.